Um, no, let's just no. I'll explain what I was thinking, but like, it's very easy to be like, life is hard, negativity enjoyer.
Mm.
Like lock into that. But it's like, when do you actually like stop and laugh? Like, when do you find
The time to just.
like, yeah, be positive, but like in a genuine way, but also like find things that make you feel jovial, like
Mm.
joyous. And I think that's something that like people immediately like, oh yeah, I mean, when I'm out in the club, I'm shaking my ass, or like, no,
Yeah.
but seriously, or
No,
like they're
no,
like, I'm
yeah.
doing drugs, and it's like, well, that actually isn't making you happy at all. That just pumps a
Distraction.
bunch of shit into your brain that gives you that illusion of that thing, because then afterward you crash and then you need it again, so you weren't actually really
Mm-hmm.
happy at all.
I think I'll be super honest. I think honestly, just even like you like.
Are you in the club shaking your ass? Be real.
No, not anymore. Um, uh, but no, I think like really thinking about it again, it's been leading me to the just letting go.
Right. Oh yeah, you were talking about that, right?
And I think honestly, like I don't know if it's probably like in a glint in your eye, but like from like the light refraction. But for me at least, if you see this glint in my eye, it's not from the light.
I'm weak.
um, but no, I know that's something that I've been struggling with so much, and I've been trying to like I've been so scared of like not being, I guess, a negative enjoyer or like pumping that out, whether it's through like my interpersonal relationships or whether it's through
Mm-hmm,
like
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
streaming and like stuff like that. But like really trying to just be like, I like this. This makes me happy. Like, you know what? I'll say one thing that makes me happy right now. I realized that very soon in a movie called Super Mario Galaxy is gonna be coming out in the theaters.
Nah, really.
Uh huh. And I remember genuinely as a kid, being all alone in my little Vita that I won from a fucking bingo thing. And I remember that was the game that had it. And I remember that's the whole reason I was able to just play games in the first place. And I remember no matter how loud the screams or arguments would get out from outside that room, when I was in that little space, in that little bubble, the only thing I remember playing was just that game. Whether it was flying through different fucking planets, whether it was hearing like Rosalita's little just like backstory of just her being a kid and trying to find her mom with her little Lumas.
Mm-hmm.
It just made my brain so happy. So then it was on top of the movie going to come out, is that there's also going to be a fucking bundle on the Switch, which is going to be Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy 2. And to just bring it back to that, it's just, when I think of that, it makes me happy. But it's like such like a bittersweet happiness. I don't know how to
Okay,
explain
sure,
it.
sure, sure.
Um, so yeah, so I guess when I think of that, it makes me like happy at first, like a kid. There's no deep emotion stuff afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that fades, it's then just, well, you can't see my hand right now, but it's like just so many flashes that just then brings me up to where I am now.
Sure, I know what you mean. Yeah,
And then that's where then that pain then just comes in.
yeah. I think like one way you could, I, I mean, it's like negative, but I always it resonated with me. I think it was, you're gonna giggle. I think it's like the first or second Deadpool movie, and he's like, yeah, literally, you giggled, but it's like, um, life is a shit show with brief commercial breaks of happiness, or like
Mm.
something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
And I think it's like, depending on how you interpret it, sure, that can be true, but I think it could also be the other way around. Do you know what I mean? That life is like a happy show with brief commercial breaks of bullshit.
Mm.
Because it depends. Well, first off, also, I mean, it depends on there's always context to that,
Right.
but it depends too on like where are you putting your attention, because lower vibrational energies are just more penetrating sometimes, and they just like permeate, they just like spread faster.
Right.
That's why it's easy for everyone to be negative. That's why there's just like negative aura everywhere, to be honest, because it's so much easier to just seep into everything.
Right.
But the high vibrational shit, that just has more energy, but it can't pierce things the same. It's just so different.
It is.
It's just different. It's like actual like energy, like whatever shit. But because if I feel the same way, I look back and I'm like, man, all this shit sucked. But then I look back and I'm just like, nah. Sometimes I just think about like the summer I was 8 years old with my best friend, like playing in the woods. Like that was one of that was like the best summer of my life. But like then I think about like, well, I've had other good summers. I've had other good things, and I'm like, oh, well, I think about times I spent with my friends, vacations, silly things, or like even things that in a moment I'm like, wow, that was awful. Then I'm like, actually, this part of it was kind of nice. Like, and the first thing I think about looking at you is I think about the whole Geneseo situation.
God,
But like
damn,
honestly, as time has gone, I'm like, that sucked. But then it was like, that's a fun car ride there. Yeah. It was a pretty fun car ride back, even if it was just a car ride.
No, literally, I think whenever I think of that, sure, of course it has that, but I just remember, I literally remember like getting in the car, like starting to tune on like the little radio, or just like, it was like at the time you had like the JBL, or what was it? It was like, it was like some like Bluetooth converter or some shit.
Oh,
or,
right.
Like,
yeah, my car, right.
Yeah.
DJ. Oh, poor baby.
And then it was then like my first time like truly experiencing like going from like no snow to then all of a sudden it just like cuts to then just it's snowing.
Oh my god, right. And there was snow and we were like, what the fuck? It's like November.
Literally,
right.
And then it was just then seeing like the mountains, and then from the mountains it just like for me brought me then back to like when I was living in Ecuador, and like even if it was by myself, even like of course like no matter how brutal stuff was at the time, it makes me think honestly of like, wow, like I remember when I was just going through like this little stream. It was this little stream in Palmas that then like connected to like the rest of like the river down like below. Mm-hmm. But it was just being able to be by myself, just like honestly frolicking through like that shit.
No, right, sure.
But then that reminded me then of course with the Geneseo, just kind of like, wow, like snow and mountains, this shit's crazy. And then just like the ride back, or like I remember we stopped at like a gas station, and there was these two like elderly like couple that just kind of like looked at us like, what the hell? But then I remember just being myself, and then like having this like lady just go like, oh, wow, you're a really nice fella, you know that? I don't know if you remember that.
Damn, right. That's goof. No, but like, right. Point is, it's just, where do you put the attention in the narrative that you write for yourself?
Right.
Because I don't know. I'd rather just try to make it a happy story.
Of course.
At least for me. Yeah.
No, that makes super sense. Super sense.
Okay.
But then that's the thing, is that in the end of the day, I keep having to remind myself too that like we're human. We're bound to have these like either lapses of like these like painful moments, like, and it feels like it's like overwhelming, like the pressure's breaking. But I think genuinely, and I see in you, and I know no matter how much my brain is, I know I have it where like it's just just trying genuinely no matter what, saying at least I was able to just try, the fact that like we're even talking about this, the fact that like even want to just have that form of just happiness, that mindset in you said of like, I think that's a step in like, I think the right direction. You know. Yeah, I was gonna say I think also before this we started the podcast and you were just talking about like the trying to find like happy moments or laugh, like when do you know when to laugh? I am so shit at like knowing the right time to laugh. Like for example, I remember having a little experience last Friday night. And it was.
Oh my god! Right? Yeah, I was like, "What happened last Friday?" Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So it was.
Well, I mean, if you're in awkwardness, if something's awkward, I personally say just go for the laugh. Because at that point, it's like a 50-50 of like, well, it could diffuse the situation, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
No, you're fine. I mean, I think it did.
I think they did.
And I just kept on laughing along. I laughed when we ended up meeting with this certain individual. I laughed all the way down back to that bar, down those steps. I laughed when we went into the actual bar. Ordered a couple old fashions.
I like how no one has any context to that. I'm like, what? But anyway, it doesn't matter. Right. Well, I think, too, it's that it's so easy to... I think also it comes to, like, you can't get overwhelmed. Like, you can't put so much shit on yourself, because it's like... There's so much shit that happens in the world, and at the end of the day, the only in, like, the last maybe 100 years have we even, on an individual basis, been capable of actually being informed of what the fuck is happening anywhere else at any time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Where it's easy to be like, oh my god, the Congo, Gaza.
The condom?
The condom, wow, no.
I'm
Whoa,
so
that's
sorry.
crazy. The Congo.
Oh, the Congo.
Like the Republic of Congo.
No.
Like, I'm pretty sure there's still a genocide going on. Wow, that's crazy, the condom. That's a different conversation. The Congo. Gaza. Does that sound like a contraceptive? Okay.
No.
Nepal, like they're going through a revolution, whatever. They're taking away all this like protected land, the FDA or whatever administration, whatever. Just like all this shit, you know, like all this shit. People getting shot,
Right.
people getting bombed, people getting removed from their lands, nature being destroyed, species going extinct. Like, if you really sat and, like, looked at everything, yeah, your brain should fucking melt, honestly. Your brain should melt and you should explode. It is so absolutely overwhelmingly, like, but you're not going to see anywhere, like, little boy helps old lady carry grocery bags to car. Like, stranger helps homeless man rebuild life. Like, just shit like that is like, I genuinely, at least for me, I believe those small positive things inevitably have more net weight than the really big negative things. It's just what is being put in your face and what are you looking for. Because I've seen, at least, and you know, because surprise, surprise, we're talking about our job. But, you know, people are really shitty. Like, just customers in general from New York, like, the elite rich are just assholes. Like, I'll be honest, I will advocate for that. They are awful humans. Like, that's a different conversation. That's a different podcast episode. But, like, 9 times out of 10, people are pretty pleasant, honestly, to each other. And, like, are kind of nice and accommodating to each other. The moment they actually have, like, honestly, they make, like, eye contact. Or, like, they have any moment of, like, commonality. Because everyone walks around just like, I'm in a bubble, I'm a robot. Because we've been conditioned, like, I don't want to fuck with anybody. Because I don't want to get in anybody else's way. But then it makes it seem like everyone's so negative. But it's not. It's like, we're just trying to all be neutral. Because I don't want your negative shit on me. And to give you a reason to do that. But at the same time, that can stop a positive experience also.
Of course.
Which I think is interesting.
It's like literally like I remember Pilot thing was I mean, we just clocked out and we were just talking and we literally just saw a lady just groove into the music.
Oh my god, right. That was so cute.
Sure.
Right, yeah, like someone just being happy in a grocery store and like dancing to music while she's looking for orange juice. Like all of those little things equate to the bigger, I think, human narrative. And I think I've said it on episodes before, but I personally think like, you know, people are like, humans are inherently evil. They're evil people. Like, honestly, no. Like, and if you want to get religious about it or scientific about it, like, religiously, God flooded the world to kill off all the bad people. Actually, he only left people he thought were decent enough, and it was like one dude and his kids and his baby mamas. Like, let's be real. No, but I'm being honest. He literally was like, "Know what? You're chill as fuck. Everybody else is gone. You're gonna restart everything." And Noah's like, okay, bro. Like, I got you, I guess."
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you can even say that on basis, just on that alone. Everyone that now is existing, if you even believe in it, everyone now existing has to be decent enough. Mm-hmm. We can't be inherently evil, right?
Right.
And then from just like a biological perspective, like, we're still just like hairless apes. Like, we want to collaborate and have community with each other. Like, you know, chimpanzees aren't inherently evil.
Mm-hmm.
Like, orangutans aren't evil. Do they got beef with each other and like motives to do certain things? Sure. Are some of them more mean than others? Sure. But they're not inherently evil creatures. They're the mindset of 99.9999999% of people isn't like, I'm going to be absolutely vicious and malicious towards every other being that I encounter and cause them absolute agony and pain. Like, that's just not it. Does that excuse when people do shitty things? No.
No.
But they're not, no one's born like, I'm out to just make you miserable.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, but it's so easy to then just get stuck in like, it all sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, where are you putting that attention? Where are you putting your faith? You know, like, I think people are good, and most people are good to me, to be honest. Most people are pretty chill with me, because I'm also giving them that energy.
That's valid.
And not getting caught up on, or at least trying not to get caught up on the other shit, you know? And I'm just, I mean, what do I know? I don't know anything. And I don't know if that makes sense, but, like, that's just it, you know? It's just, you gotta laugh. At some crazy, absurd shit, you gotta laugh. Awkward situation, laugh. Because, like, come on, bro. Nah. Who's writing this? Who is the main writer on this? Who is the producer? Who's the writer-producer?
Speaking some wild-ass shit.
Yeah, like, someone's, for real.
Nah, dude, literally, though. That's the whole thing. Like, I remember having, I can't even name people, but just, like, so many people throughout my life at this point, even with, like, the asking me, like, how are you so genuine? Or, like, act so genuine. Even, like, after knowing some of the stuff that, like, I've gone through. And it's like, how the hell do you just, like, genuinely still just give? It doesn't make sense. And I remember before, I would be honest, dude, I was like, I don't fucking know. But I say that because it's like, I don't know how to properly give, like, the full thing. If it's like, or not if it's like, it's, no matter what has come throughout my life, no matter how much I've, like, just has suffered at an individual level and understanding, like, throughout my life, like, I've never had to, I guess, control externally, you know? And it's then coming to realize that, like, I finally have that autonomy. I finally ran from everywhere that I wanted to leave. And now at this point, it's really just, like, understanding that, like, I have that control. I finally have that control to do what I want. And honestly, like, it's terrifying, but it's, like, such a weird, terrifying, like, good feeling. And it's, like, something that in a weird way, I want others to have. I want others to feel, I guess, freedom. I want people to understand that, like, there is that good. But the thing is, it's like with anything. You're gonna, like, bound to be sad. You're gonna bound to be angry, confused, whatever it is. Because it's your human, right? But again, to just not let it consume you. Not let it, like, turn you into something that you just were not meant to be.
Right, well said. Right.
But yeah, I know if I've been called a fool, but there's always good in people. Of course it doesn't excuse what.
Yeah, I mean, no, but like, right.
But there's beauty, because if not, then you wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, dude. But also, I don't know, that's interesting that you're like, I've been called a fool for thinking there's good in people. What is the alternative to that? Everyone sucks, nothing matters. Then, like, why would you even want to live that way? Why would you even... Because I've been there. I'll be honest, because I've been there. Why would you even want to exist that way? What is the point? What is the point of doing anything? Then yeah, go be vicious. At that point, then kill everyone. Be a serial killer. Seriously, if you think everyone is evil, and you think nothing matters, there's no morality, there's no God, nothing has purpose, then go be a serial killer. Do it right now. But you tell people that, and most people will be like, you're crazy, why would I do it? Exactly. You are already, by thinking I'm ludicrous by saying that to you, you're already acknowledging that you're not that way.
Right.
So then, you're then being arrogant and assuming, oh, well, if you're incapable of being that absolute evil, you think everyone else is, but you're not. Why are you Christ and everyone else isn't? Even with that. So you're still the fool for even thinking that. If you're just, everyone's bad. Are you saying you're not? Or are you saying you are? Then you're, in that same sense, you're being arrogant and thinking everyone's you.
Damn.
That people don't like to hear though. But that's the truth. It's like, bro, there are 8 fucking billion of us running around. You really think we're all the same apples in the basket, bro? Come on.
That'd be crazy.
Like, we literally can't. You literally can't on a statistical level. Metaphysical, every level you can conceive. Religious, scientific, philosophical, we can't. Not everyone can be evil, bro. Even just that alone. Not everyone can be evil. That gives me enough information to say I shouldn't walk around assuming that shit. And that means I shouldn't walk around assuming everything is bad. Because that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
So, laugh. Be happy. Find the shit that you like doing. Like, even if it's just, I like this one game. I like this movie. Dig in on that shit. Really make a list of the things. I'm telling this to everybody listening. Not even to you, but just everyone. Of really, like, make a list of things you like.
Yeah,
literally. When have you actually sat down and made a list of things that you enjoy?
I'll be so dead ass. I know I've definitely said it in like a previous stream, but not in detail, but like quick little thing, high school. Crazy point in my life. But now it's like senior year going into college, right?
Okay.
I remember literally doing that. I remember giving myself that reset in life, being like, wow, all right. Just ask yourself the simplest questions, no matter how stupid you think it might be. And I remember doing that. I was like, I like going to the beach. So you know what I did? I went to the beach. I like this restaurant. I went to the restaurant alone. That didn't matter because I liked the restaurant.
Right.
I like these movies. And I went to the movies. It didn't matter because I enjoyed it. And even just now, thinking it now, again, in this current point in my life, I'm doing those things again. Because, like we said before, we are human. It is okay to make mistakes. It is okay to fall. But to not stay put, you know? And it's like doing that. Like, on the 28th, I'm going to go see the Marias in Claro. And everybody's great. But like, it's good because I like those artists, you know? And it's like going to go see movies again. And I like doing that. And it's just reminded myself that I'm not isolated again. It is not just that kid self in
Right.
that room. I'm able to open that door again.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I might even say this, not to, like, discredit what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more so realizing you're the one opening or closing the door. Because everyone's conditioned to think that, oh, now I can do it. Technically, you always could have. You just didn't have the power or knowledge to do so yet.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like, my parents have never closed doors. Any shit that I had in my mind, or doubts and things I had, that inevitably it had to be me. Because I'm the voice in my head. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, elaborate more on that?
Like, it's like now because I feel the same way. Now in my life, I'm like, damn, I ran away from every single thing that ever bothered me. Like, I've removed that from my life. Like, a cancerous tumor, I ripped that shit out, zapped it with some radiation, and I'm chilling. But then I'm like, I have to realize there are just some things you can't run away from because it's actually just you.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Okay,
but just saying of like that, it's me. But now I have the empowerment to do something about it because I've given myself that power, and I've stopped giving someone else
that power. Okay.
because you're so conditioned to think that. Oh well, I have to appease my family. I have to appease the society. I have to appease this person to get their validation and love, or like I have to sexualize myself to feel desired and all this shit. But it's inevitably, bro. It's about you. Because there's people out here in the Amazon rainforest, on these Pacific islands. They have no concept of any of this shit. They don't worry about that. They're not sitting there like, man, am I pretty? You know what I mean? No. But to be real, like that is so like such a conditioned thing, and like it doesn't take away from that negative feeling, because the way you feel is real, because you're feeling it. But it's just realizing like, nah, bro, like, homie, your life is your life, and it's always been your life. It's just now you just remove the things that made your life overly complicated to make your vision clear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I understand what you mean. I think I think we were saying of finally giving yourself the power now.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
It's even just starting with just acknowledging that,
Right.
Because I remember, like, I remember, what you were saying that is, like, for example, I think which is insane. This year, I've done, like, a lot of shit. Like, I think, like, before the year ended, I ended up going to Texas. On fucking February, I ended up going to the other side of the goddamn world.
Oh my god, I forgot you went to Texas, right? And you went to Italy, but Texas, I almost forgot about that. Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's like, and I think, like, of course, with the Texas, that was a really great time and a whole other thing, but, like, doing that, or especially, like, doing, like, the Italy thing, of course, like, the first couple of days, I was like, wow, like, I'm in the other side of the world, this shit's crazy. And then, of course, it's just that brain, that fog seeping in, just like, well, you did that.
Right, literally,
You're
right.
still you. You're just in the other side.
Right, you're just in a different place.
Yeah.
Right, dude. But that clarity, though.
Yeah.
The clarity of knowing you're not clear.
Yeah, the
even sometimes of like,
you're not clear.
This is just me. Oh.
And then again, it goes back to just the laughing. I remember literally, like, this fool, and by this fool, Andrew, he's seen me, and many states of just me all of a sudden just, like, laughing. And genuinely, it's like, I know a lot of the times we'd be laughing at the absurdity of, like, everything. But in a weird way, like, it felt nice at that moment. Even if you're laughing about something negative, it's still a positive, I guess.
Right, because we're humans. We're not supposed to be able to comprehend everything.
Yeah.
And, like, some of this shit is absurd. Some of this shit's fucking stupid. Like, This shit's dumb. What's that? Wee woo. You know what I mean? Like
Bella ciao.
Bella ciao, Bella ciao, Bella ciao. But like, anyone who knows is gonna be like, oh my god, they're awake. No, but that shit. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, bro. Who is writing this?
Right.
Who's making this up? And at the end of the day, we are.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why this shit seems so crazy. Is because, kind of a side note, I'm feeling manic. You ever see like a picture of like neurons? Like in your brain?
Yeah.
Then it's like your neurons. And then it's like a picture of like the known universe. And they look the same.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a brain.
Yeah.
Like we're in a brain. Or like you look at other shit like that where it's just like the smallest things are the same as the biggest things.
Mm-hmm.
They're just functioning on different scale and time period. But like all this shit's the same, bro. All of it's the same. Like a sun is like a cell.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on the cell, that shit just explodes. Like really think about that. The sun at some point, assuming science, all this shit, is just gonna get really big, eat everything until like Mars, and then just like become just a giant cloud of just astral dust. That is absolutely fucking absurd. That is ridiculous to even try to really think about.
Yeah.
Or like there's things in the sky you look at, you're like, look at that twinkly little thing. Like it's probably already dead. It probably exploded already. That's insane to think about. It exploded.
Yeah.
Really imagine the star just exploding.
I can't.
You literally can't. You're not supposed to. Because you live for 100 years. You know? Like, or even if you're from the Bible, you're living a couple hundred years. Most.
Mm-hmm.
You're not seeing stars explode. You know? Like,
Yeah.
so like, yeah, laugh about it. That is insane. Laugh at the fact that like pizza is considered Italian, but like, you know, New York's known for pizza, or that. I guess I'm on the pizza thing. People used to think tomatoes were poisonous because they grew by volcanoes. Like,
You dead ass.
yes, like just absurd, absurd.
Yeah.
People thought dinosaur bones were dragon bones, and they would grind them up and eat them. Like just weird stuff, bro. Like what? You can't make that up. You can't make that up.
No, you can't. Or I remember people would eat other people's brains because it would like give them like
Powers.
supposed power, and it's like no.
I mean,
now
that one
you
is
just have
true,
this
but that's
disease.
different.
Oh, that's a different conversation.
That's a different podcast. You're gonna have to go on our exclusive Patreon. That's the running gag now. Anything weird we say is actually on a Patreon episode that doesn't exist. No, but right, like you can't make this up, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what? So anyway, the fact that The Walking Dead has like 4 spin-off shows and like movies lined up. As a hardcore Walking Dead fan from Jump, absurd. I have to laugh. I have to laugh.
Or a horse girl racing, you know?
Oh
That's a
my
very
god, the
popular thing.
horse girl. Look it
It's
up,
crazy.
guys. The horse girl.
Uma.
Oh my god, that's crazy. But point is, you have to laugh at the absurdity of it. And you have to find those moments of joy for yourself. Because inevitably no one else is going to look for the joy for you. Because, like, that's not anyone else's job.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not. My job is to do my best to be as happy as I can be. And I take it upon myself to add to my job. It's my job to be as positive as possible in order to not perpetuate the bullshit of this realm.
Would you look at that, brother? Seems like we're in similar ways with that.
You know what I mean?
No, I super get that. No matter how hard or how brutal it may seem in my brain, I just, in the end of the day, I just want to give out a smile to people.
Right.
Whether they see through that veil or not is a different conversation, but
I mean,
at least
It's
I
not a
want to
veil.
try.
dude, it's not a veil. You're just not putting your trauma or your sadness or your bullshit onto others. That is not you pretending. That's you like regulating yourself.
Regulating emotion?
Do you know what I mean? No, but I'm just saying, like, you're not gonna dump
no.
sewer water on somebody. You're not gonna dump sewer water in someone's cup when they come over your house.
Mm-hmm.
Most people are not gonna do that. If you're smart, you're not gonna give them tap water either. You're gonna give them filtered water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, honestly,
Yeah,
you're gonna
yeah.
give them filtered water. But then if I'm hanging out, living in your house, okay, it's midnight, I need some quick water. Sure, you're gonna turn on the tap. That's fine. That's
Right.
quick. That's whatever. All right, I'll drink some tap water. I'm not gonna see your sewer water until I'm like living in your home, and you got the flu, and I go in the bathroom after you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh my god,
That's a lot of sewer
that's
water.
You know what I mean? No, but seriously.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah,
But it's a silly analogy, but
no,
it's true.
Yeah.
When you meet a stranger, I'm hoping you're not showing them the doo-doo stains on the bottom of the toilet seat. Like, I hope you're giving them clean water.
Right, of course.
Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm out here, like, the point I'm saying, it's not a veil. Like, you're not pretending.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretending if you're, like, ripping at the seams and, like, a lanternfly landing on you is going to cause you to have a mental fucking break.
Mm-hmm.
But then that's still not you pretending. That's you just denying yourself of your own human experience of feeling some type of way.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Damn.
I don't know if that. I don't even know if that made sense. I just kind of went off, but
No, I get you.
I feel like that's valid though. Like
No, it is. I'm just being silly right now.
you know, some people then have just better filters than other people.
That's true.
You know what I mean? But if you have a better filter and you're filtering more shit, the stuff that then is left behind is sludge. But everyone's gonna be like, "Wow, this water's so clean. Wow, you're so positive. You're so happy. This is this." No, I got sludge.
Yeah.
I got genuine fucking muck that I gotta like clean and deal with.
Molasses, if you will.
But I'm just not putting that onto you because honestly, like, it's not the time or place to do that with you. But the muck's all gotta go somewhere.
It's gotta go somewhere.
So.
I don't know. I feel like there was a story. I remember something about there was like an accident that occurred in like the 1800s with like molasses, and like it like burst through like something and it went through like a town. And I don't know if it was like a fictional story or like an actual like event that occurred. But I think back to that story that I was like given, and it makes me think like the way my like brain can be is that like it's just this like slow thing.
The Great Molasses Flood. What is a disaster on January 15th, 1919 in Boston's North End when a massive steel tank holding 2.3 million gallons of molasses erupted, unleashing a deadly 35-foot-high wave of molasses that killed 21 people, injured 150, and caused widespread destruction. I'm laughing at that. I'm laughing at that, not because people died and not because people were injured, but how the fuck are we able to store 2.3 million gallons of fucking syrup?
Yo.
What? 35-foot wave? I want this as a movie.
Mm-hmm.
An hour and a half featured film.
Yeah.
It's like, what is it? The slime? What is that? The cube? What the shit's called?
The thing?
No, not the thing. Is it the slime? The blob. The blob.
Oh, the blob.
It's the blob. It's literally the blob.
The blob.
That is absurd.
The blob.
That is absurd. I'm looking at these pictures, folks.
Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy.
It's actually It's actually fucking crazy.
But yeah.
Molasses tank explodes, injures 50, and kills. That was the newspaper article.
And kills.
And kills.
But yeah, I think back to that accident a lot of times.
What the fuck?
But like in a more mental way.
Like, I have to wonder if there's actually like a memorial somewhere in the city of just like, in memoriam of those we lost in the Great Molasses Flood. Like, what the fuck?
Man.
The point is, folks, you gotta laugh.
You gotta laugh.
Because if you don't, who will? You can't make that shit up, bro. That's crazy. I'm actually shook.
Yeah, no, you really can't.
Just too much memes in my brain today.
Too much riot. No, but yeah, it's just, I know with like the molasses, it's like
I know what the molasses is.
I know it's the way I would like think about with my brain, and I know it's like a whole different thing of like different conversation of like deserving of it, of like, or like with other people, and it's like, of course it is up to you to like let yourself feel either love or like even though it can be like scary stuff at times. But I know besides just the topic that we were talking about today, like it's also something that like I guess we can like talk about like another time, or just it's then because I understand you don't need to be with people. It is a want, like, or like, of course we're social creatures, all of that stuff, but like I realize like in this point it's like there's two halves of being able to learn how to love yourself, being able to like do all of this stuff, but also know that like there are pretty cool ass people out there, you know.
Right.
And it's then to myself is trying to allow myself to feel that, to let that love that others want to give like seep into my heart without being so scared, you know.
Yeah, I think accepting love and giving love is both a gift.
That's true.
The acceptance is, is a form of giving them.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I should find the science on that. Like, as you're receiving positive energy, it outputs positive energy at the same time. Yeah, because positive energy well, I guess positive and negative energy with people can, like, both make more of that energy. But if, like, positive energy, there's more, you can make more of it faster, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
People want to be happy. No one really wants to be miserable.
Man.
You only do that because you feel incapable of being positive because whatever shit you're telling yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But like if a 35-foot fucking wave of molasses came at me, bro, I'm still on this, bro. I'd laugh. I wouldn't even run.
I'd just laugh.
I would just laugh. I'd be like, wow. It'd be like 2012. Oh my god, I want a 2012
We saw 2012
disaster-styled molasses movie. Yeah, we watched that together.
Yeah.
Disaster style, like I want the Earth's crust to break, and then like molasses comes and consumes the world, and like capitalism is the cause of all this.
Yeah.
The capitalists wanted this molasses, and they got it. The Earth's crust is now made of molasses.
And now we have to coexist.
Now we have to coexist. It's like Waterworld.
Yeah.
Like, is it too soon? Like, do you think it happened in 1919? Do you think it's too soon to talk about it?
I think so.
Okay. So let's make it a movie, and we have to have a dialogue about it.
Yeah.
It's too soon. I had another point, but the molasses is like in my brain, to be honest. It's seeping out my ears. Mm-hmm. It's just absurd. The world's absurd, and like you should just try your best to be happy, but don't say like there's nothing negative, because then that's just lies.
Yeah. You also don't want to delude yourself.
Yeah, don't be Delulu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely don't be Delulu. Yeah, but don't be Delulu that everything's positive, and don't be Delulu that everything's negative.
Don't be an absolute.
Yeah, that too. You can't be absolute because there's nothing absolute. The only thing absolute is that of like literally like time, space, energy, and transformation. Like that's the only thing that will always happen.
Mm-hmm.
Even that's absurd.
Yeah, even that's fucking.
Like, how did the universe start? People really sit here and like think about that all day. Absurd.
Yeah.
Oh, the Big Bang, and then there's gonna be you ever hear of the Big Crunch? You ever hear of this, folks? You ever hear this?
No, I've not.
Actually?
Yeah, what's
the Big Crunch? Okay, this is absurd, and we should all laugh at this. This gave me existential dread at the age of 7. So, there's several theories on how the universe will end. Right? So let's assume the Big Bang happened. It was all at one point, and then went, and then it's all this big shit. One thing is that it'll just keep expanding.
Yeah. And
that eventually, on an atomic level, atoms and the subatomic particles will be so far apart that they can't, and gravity wouldn't be strong enough because it's all so spread out. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't be able to form matter anymore. So it would all eventually just fade into a giant, like, just abyss.
Whoa.
Of like dust that can't form anything anymore.
Yeah.
Then there's one that's like, oh well, maybe this isn't the first iteration of the universe, so like it'll expand to a point, and then it'll just kind of reach a limit and then start crunching, and it'll all just revert back into a single point. When it's all condensed again, it'll explode again, and the universe will restart.
Do you think we're in the crunching phase right now?
I don't even know, bro, but that's like absurd.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
That's like on a time scale that's like doesn't even matter.
I like the way my brain is just thinking it's just giving me this visual of like having this like wum wum wum, like, you know, like
Yeah.
audio waves.
Yeah.
It's like that, but is that just?
But then the question is like, okay, so then does time restart, or is time still linear through that? Does the universe like get remade all the same way?
Is this in Ghost? It's like the multiverse like theory where then
Right.
it's like different timelines of like I'm you, you, me.
Right, like just absurd. But it's on a time scale. Like doesn't matter, doesn't even matter to an individual human being.
Mm-hmm.
So why make? But literally at like age 7, I would be like laying in bed, like petrified, staring at the dark ceiling. You know what I mean? Of just like, oh my god,
damn,
I'm only like 7 years old.
And
in 100 years, no one's gonna even know who I am. I might not even know my grandkids. My great grandkids won't know who I am because I don't know my I don't know my grandparents. Wait a minute. Is the country gonna exist in 100 years? Like Rome doesn't exist anymore. It's been 2,000 years. We still know some of those people, but like we don't know most of them. But like you start thinking about that shit of just like it doesn't matter. You're here for like that much time. Have fun. If you see your ex on the train, laugh about it. Because that shit's absurd. If
you see your friends, then you
I'm weak.
in the train.
I was trying to be vague, but I mean you want to be specific about it. You see your friend's ex, laugh about it. You see like your cousin that you know your family disowned for like 12 years. I'm definitely making this up off the top of my head. Mm-hmm. And now all of a sudden their name isn't Jafrika, their name is Bob. Smile, say hi, and then laugh about it because it's absurd. Of just this is why the things are the way they are. Yeah. Chaos, entropy, have fun. Like life's a grand old time. Be friendly to people. Love yourself. Be friendly with yourself. You know. But like fuck fascists. But like that's a different conversation. But like fight the man. Love your people, you know? Help the people and like I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything.
That's fine.
I'm just a meat bag. With bones walking around.
Literally.
I'm like a brainstem that's just like has to consider itself the center of the universe in order to cope with the fact that it's stuck in a meat sack. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Spending a little bit of time before that little spirit can get out again.
For real. And then where am I going to be? A blade of grass? That's fine.
That's really nice.
A lanternfly? Sure. Don't fucking step on me then.
Yeah.
A different conversation.
I can just be like a cloud.
Or I'll be a brick. Honestly, I will be so okay being a brick.
What type of brick though?
You know, one of these red ones.
Nothing
special.
I was gonna say, I feel like again my brain goes to like nature. Imagine just being like a brick from like an old timey like war thing, but then you're just like out overgrown by the meadows.
Yeah, but no matter what, that's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what, that's gonna happen. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't even matter. You could be like, I want to be a steel nail in the Empire State Building. You really think that shit's gonna be there for the rest of forever? Really, really sit there and think about that, bro. There's never gonna be an earthquake. There's never gonna be a war. There's never gonna be. Come on, come on. Look at the Colosseum. That shit's not even intact. You know how much work they put into even preserve that thing?
A lot of money. I remember going there.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like.
You should have went to Italy. Sorry. Actually, no, not sorry. That's crazy.
Pizza.
Peace. You know, that pizza over there was actually really nice.
I bet. Was it thin as fuck, though?
It was, like, not...
Come on. Was it a cracker with cheese?
It was not a cracker with fucking cheese. It was actually a lot more than, like, the pizza here. The thing that's different is that over here it's just, like, greasy and fucking, like, big as shit. But over there it's, like, big as shit, but it's, like, straight out from, like, the fucking, like...
It was clean.
Yeah, it was clean. Yeah, that's the thing. I felt full, but it was clean.
Yeah, but I mean, I can go get $1.50 pizza near Grand Central and put some napkins on the top. Suck up the grease. I'm just saying. Then it's Italian pizza? Come on. Fuck out of here. Anyway, any last sign off?
You know... Yeah, just... let yourself feel. Say what you want to do. as long as it's not hurting people,
Sure.
and just live.
Right.
That's the only thing you really can do.
Yeah, and just don't be a jerk.
Yeah.
Big emphasis on that. At least try not to be a jerk.
At least try not to be a jerk.
Yeah. Because, like, what if today was your last day and the last thing you did was just be an asshole? That sucks for you. Not even for everyone else collectively. That sucks for you. It's like, just don't do that to yourself.
Deadass.
I don't know.
Be careful with the molasses, too.
Oh my god, I want the feature-length film. If anyone is interested in being in a feature-length film about the Great Molasses disaster of 1919, or if there's any producers out there,
Let us know.
call me. Because who's writing this shit?
Me. Yeah. Well, until next time. This is Soul. And, Andrew.
Peace.
Bye.